Broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the North Catholic Sports Network audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL is prohibited.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
And we are broadcasting to you live from Barth and Graham Court in Cranberry Township, live from North Catholic, where we get you our first 3A section home game of the year between the Newcastle Hurricanes and the North Catholic Trojanettes. My name is Alex Sprout alongside Mark Fesco as we bring you the first broadcast for our reigning, defending, undisputed champions of the WPIAL and the state of 2A and now 3A. And Mr. Fesco, as we bring you in, North Catholic was the only WPIAL team to move up in classification this year. They moved up to 3A. You've seen this program progress 2 state championships in the last 3 years for this senior class as they come into their 4th season. What's the expectation going into a new classification?
Yeah, well, great to be here, Alex, with you again. Looking forward to a great game, a great match. I think the expectations are the same. Obviously, moving up a class, it's going to be much, much more difficult. You know, the past 3 years for this senior class, I think they have a combined record of approximately, unofficially, 75-2 over those 3 years.
And who are those 2 losses? Are those in like the playoffs?
The one is in the WPIAL championship, and one is in the state semifinals.
Wow!
So they haven't lost a section match in their whole career. They haven't lost any out of section matches, exhibition matches against some big Quad A and 3A schools. So they've been challenged in the past. They play tournaments with bigger schools. They play non-section matches against bigger schools to try to get that good competition, to prepare them for what they thought might happen. With the school growing the way it is, they aren't surprised that they moved up, and I think they're looking forward to the challenge, but it is going to be much, much more of a challenge this year than it's been in the past, because AAA is loaded with a number of very, very good volleyball teams.
They really are. A couple dropped down from 4A, and they already had a great base already. It's probably the deepest of any of the 4 conferences, classifications, I should say. And this senior class, from last year, they only graduated 4 off the team. Only one of them played in the state championship game as a starter, or even it might have been even in that game. But coming back with such a solid and such a talented senior class, just the dominance that they've had, as you said, 75-2. Having that leadership going into a year, a transition year, if you will, to a new classification, just having that leadership has to be a great base for the team.
Absolutely. I mean, it's almost remarkable to say it. They have 9 all-section players returning from last year. 3 first-team members, Ali Fesco, Sydney Jones, Stephanie Lynch, 2 second-team all-section players, Amanda Esser and Katie McNelly, and 4 third-team all-section players, Gianna Ogulia, Gabby Kaza, Ella Kazera, and Alex Sepsic. Of those, they also have 2 all-WPIAL first-teamers, Ali Fesco and Sydney Jones. Stephanie Lynch was a second-team all-WPIAL, and Katie McNelly was a third-team all-WPIAL. And then Ali Fesco and Sydney Jones are both 2-time all-state players. So the leadership is there, the experience is there. The only thing that's different is it's a bigger classification. But it's interesting, pre-season, even though they moved up a classification, they were ranked number 1. as well as in week 1.
That's almost unheard of.
Now, interestingly, it changed this week. Although we went 2-0 last week, Moon moved up to number 1 because they had a very good week as well. So it'll be really interesting to see how things play out here tonight and the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to get ready for the start of this match between Newcastle and North Catholic. We'll get started with the starting lineups coming up in just a matter of moments, along with the national anthem.
Newcastle is coached by Mike Stubbs, assisted by Barth, and Leslie Austin. We're in number 9, Lana Blakely. Number 18, Lana Brothers. Number 2, Alex Patrick. Number 5, Sarah Davis. Number 15, Morgan Scott. Number 11, Myra Galen. Number 28, James Hawkins. Number 14, Lydia Hood. Number 1, Mary Hudson. Number 19, Charlie Jones. Number 10, Jordan Malone. Number 21, Aaron Carter. Number 4, Michaela Miller. Number 12, Lisa Morrison. Number 6, Tara Murphy. Number 8, Layla Ott. And number 20, Ray Wallace. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the 2022 Lane Trojans. Number 4, Costa. Number 1, Rebecca Baxter. Number 11, Caitlin Barzion. Number 5, Josie Ward. Number 28, Alec Sarah. Number 23, Claire Lehman. Number 30, Bianca Andrea. Number 8, Anna Marshall. Number 22, Alex Olawale.
go. Hurricanes and the Trojanettes coming up next. Nice way to start the home games for North Catholic here in section.
Yeah, this is a Section 4 matchup in 3A. Knock, Mars, Newcastle. Blackhawk, Lincoln Park, Ambridge, and North Catholic make up the section. Newcastle comes in with a record of 0-2. North Catholic comes in with a record of 1-0 with a victory over Ambridge. Ambridge did play Newcastle last week, and Newcastle lost 3-2. So it was a good match, but Ambridge came out on top. North Catholic also played Penn Trafford, a 4A school ranked number 7 in 4A on Thursday night in a non-section match and beat them 3-0.
Beat them up. Yeah.
So it was a good match on the road, a hostile environment, a big student section there. So it's good for the girls to play in that environment and come out with a win. So excited to see what will happen here tonight. Good turnout on the North Catholic side. Big student section down there. A lot of people here. I think the excitement of moving up to AAA's got everyone a little bit more excited about this season to see what happens.
AAA fever here at North Catholic. As a number of sports have moved up in classifications this year. When you look at football, moving up to 4A from 3A, and then you got boys soccer moving up from 2A to 3A. Lots of success, and that also reflects the enrollment and the enrollment and the success here at North Catholic.
Looks like starting for North Catholic tonight, we have Stephanie Lynch at middle blocker, Sienna Kaza setting. Sydney Jones is out with an illness tonight, not going to be able to play, unfortunately. That's a big loss for the Trojans, but Sienna Kaza has been playing and doing a real nice job filling in for her lately. Alex Sepsic, Aniela Baylog, Ali Fesco, and Gabby Kaza starting tonight.
Ali Chuffy with the serve, and a rim early kill by Ali Fesco.
Well, that didn't take long, Alex. That's Ali Fesco, the team leader of kills, had 324 kills last year, and picking up right where she left off after a great set from Sienna Kaza. Put that ball down. It's going to be a long night for Newcastle if she can keep doing that.
Absolutely. Ali Fesco now back with the serve. Gets that one over, dug out by Newcastle, but it's going to go straight down off the net.
That's an ace for Ali Fesco.
Jory Malone tried to take that one out. Right off the net. Fesco again. Malone off of her and down. Back-to-back aces for Ali Fesco.
Fesco had 25 aces last year. I think that was third on the team. Sydney Jones led with 42 aces last year. Gabby Kaza was second with 36, and then Ali Fesco and Amanda Esser were tied for third with 25. So a good start here for Fesco and North Catholic.
Malone gets that one up. Back and behind and tossed over by Chaffee. And it is out for nothing. Trojanettes. But you had 10 players last year for the Trojanettes in double digits with aces last year. That's impressive. And Newcastle. No, it's
Newcastle got the kill, but they called a net
violation.
Yeah, number 20 for Newcastle apparently hit the net when she was putting that ball over. Not sure who number 20 is. I don't see on our roster. Coach.
Right into the net. There, but 5-1. North Catholic. Serve here. Dug out by Baylog. Across. And just out.
That was a nice pass by Baylog, a nice set by Kaza, and Ella Kazera. Her first swing of the day just comes up a little bit wide. Good angle there, just a little bit wide.
She has some power. They all do, but she has some serious smoke on that.
She does, and she's only a sophomore, so good things to come for the next couple years here.
Across. There she is again. That one works.
There's a kill for Kazera, her first of the match.
These stats, Mr. Fesco has all these stats here from last year. The totals, unbelievable statistics.
Yeah, Kazera had 106 kills last year, and she didn't move into the starting lineup till later in the season, so that's 106 kills in not many matches. So she really stepped up and beating the starting lineup all year this year. I'm looking for that number to increase dramatically.
Gianna Guglia with the serve. And that's going to get over it's two Newcastle players out of the play. They get back in it. Kazera with the slam. Back-to-back kills for Ella Kazera.
So that was interesting there. If you saw that, I think that play was out of system, which means the setter didn't set that ball because the setter had to take the first ball over. So I think that was Ali Fesco that set Kazera, and she was still able to put it down. That's a real good sign for your team. If even out of system you can get swings on the ball like that.
How about the communication, too?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Newcastle puts that one over. Baylog responds. Across, Fesco still kept in the air. Chaffee gets it over. Aguglia, McNally now down. Oh, nice save there by Newcastle. Kazera across. Kazera gets it back, and another kill! Great play there by Sienna Kaza as well.
Well, that was the best rally of the match so far, I think. Newcastle did a nice job keeping the ball alive, but so did North, and just set it up for another great swing by Kazera. 3 kills on 4 swings. Great start for her.
And a kill from Aguglia.
So Agulia's first ace of the match. She had 23 aces last year, so she's picking up right where she left off.
That's another good one. Add that to the list.
Another ace for Gianna Agulia. Gianna recently committed to Wilmington College, a Division III school in Ohio, to play volleyball. So really great for her, really
excellent,
exciting
yeah.
for her. Yep. And an early timeout from Newcastle, but I think they needed it, down 10-2 here early in set 1.
We've talked about the success of the senior class. How about if you could walk us through some of the commitments
Sure.
that they've had so far?
Yeah, I just mentioned Gianna Agulia recently. I think she's the most recent commitment. About a month ago, she committed to Wilmington College, a real good school in Ohio. Prior to that, Stephanie Lynch, who I mentioned was first team all-section and second team all-WPIAL, recently committed to Washington and Lee, a really good school in Virginia to play volleyball as well. And then Sydney Jones actually committed last year to Howard University.
She did. That was
Division
early
I
on.
School
Yeah.
outside of D.C. to play as a setter. So a great opportunity for her there. And then Allison Fesco just recently committed to Lafayette College in the Patriot League to play volleyball there. So
that's awesome.
To have 4 commitments on this team, there's probably not many high school teams that have that many commitments. Maybe North Allegheny. They have, I know, 2 Division I commits and maybe a couple of Division II commits. But for a school of our size to have 4 girls continuing, and there could be more after this season.
Absolutely.
There's enough of them that could play if they wanted to. So it's just very exciting. I think Coach Fetter is very excited to have the chance to coach such a great team of young girls.
Gianna gets that one over, kept alive by Newcastle for the moment. It does get over. Kazera, Kaza, McNally, kept alive nicely. That was Olivia Hood with a play by Newcastle. Kazera now, that's down.
That's a very smart play by Kazera. We've seen her the prior 3 swings hit it as hard as she could, but that just shows her maturity and her smarts. I mean, a point is a point. She saw there was an opening there. They were going up for the double block, so instead of just pounding it right into the block, she tipped it right over him for an easy point, and it goes as a kill the same way, which puts her up to 4 kills still out of North Catholic's 11 points. A great start for Kazera.
Newcastle. That does not get over.
See, we had a substitution. I missed it earlier. It looks like Aislinn Doherty, number 26, the senior, had checked in the back row there on defense for Ali Fesco.
Got a couple nice serves in a row. That one will get over. Kept alive by Aislinn Doherty. Kazera got it over, but still alive it is. Chaffee across, and it gets over. That was Jory Malone that got it over. Now Kazera with the slam!
Kazera is just mixing it up so nice. She's hitting it hard, she's tipping it, and then she saw the opening there. After she tipped a couple, it took them off the block, and then she just pounding it with hard heat right into the court. Great job by Kazera. 5th kill early here in the match.
A quick, almost excuse me response there by Newcastle.
Another ace for Agulia. That's her 3rd ace already here in set 1.
Great streak here for Gianna Ogulia. That will get up, and Newcastle, it does not work.
Make it fourth
Carry.
ace for Agulia.
Yeah. Wow. With these stats that you got from last year, do you like take the stat sheets and then put them compile them yourself?
No, that stat sheet came from Coach Fetter.
Oh, Coach Fetter keeps those. Wow. Baylog, great play. Still alive. Kaza behind her. Kazera over. Still alive. Across Malone. Rejected by Kaza.
A great job by Sienna Kaza there. Timed it perfectly to get a block kill to make the score 16-2 North Catholic. This is just tough for Newcastle to come into defending Whitfield state champs home court on opening night and have to run into this.
Another ace for Gulia. And I tell you what, no matter who they're playing, the energy of the Trojanet bench is infectious.
It is, and the crowd's into it. I think there's a lot of excitement around this team this year.
That's another ace. Is that one off of Jaden Hawkins?
That's 6 aces for Agulia, and it just and they are not easy serves. She's hitting them hard, barely over the net, a lot of spin on them, and doing a really, really nice job. If she can serve like this all year, it's going to bode well for the Trojans.
And that one just drifted out.
Tried to take a little something off it and just a little bit wide there.
But what a run.
What a great run by Agulia.
What a run.
18-3, North Catholic leads here early in set one.
This is Jaden Hawkins for Newcastle. Nice serve. Baylog, Kaza, McNelly. Oh, it's too easy!
Well, Katie McNelly says, give me some of that action in the kills. McNelly playing really well in the middle. 64 kills last year, but not many opportunities. She hit an outstanding .483 hitting percentage, which means 4 out of 10 of her kills, her swings were kills. It's a fantastic percentage. Anything above 200 or 300 is fantastic. She hit .483. And there's an ace for Kaza.
And that one goes straight down. And North Catholic is up 19-3.
I think Coach Fetter may have a chance to get a lot of people into the game tonight and take advantage of.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
And rest people up for a little bit for the big match on Thursday, a big section match against Mars, who's a very good team.
Is that at Mars or at
It is at Mars.
Okay. That goes off of Hawkins and down. North Catholic 20-3.
I tell you, if Newcastle doesn't figure out a way how to return these serves, it's going to be a long night for them because all of North Catholic's servers are good servers and can hit the ball hard on their serve.
It might end up being a quick night for us as we keep on going here. Nice. Kazera. Got it again.
That's 6 kills for Kazera here in set number 1. Great start for the sophomore.
Nice effort initially by Newcastle to keep that one afloat. Kaza the serve. Kept alive.
Heads up, coming our way.
It's going to come right over towards us and out.
So North Newcastle's going to try and sub and switch up the defense here. The coach got it in too late, though.
The serve, a little bit low. Newcastle will get it back.
So I think out of their 4 points, 2 of them are on service errors, isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the other 2, actually 3 of them are.
3, yeah, you're right.
Service errors, and then Kazera hit one wide. So if we don't beat ourselves, and that's a big part of the game, is not beating yourselves, making the other team make the mistake.
Not a bad serve there by Newcastle. Kaza, that one gets over. That was Shulo. Ogulia, Kaza. Kazera, that was right into the net. Newcastle gets it back.
Yeah, that was number 14. Brooke Shulo checked in to hit at the right side. Took a nice swing, but it was a nice up by Newcastle. Newcastle gets the point. North Catholic still leading 23-5 here in set 1.
And that one is out. 24-5.
Good read by Gianna Agulia to let that ball go. Gabby Kaza checks in to serve, number 2, the senior, and Ali Fesco checks back in to replace Kazera in the front row. But it could be a short visit as the score is 24-5 here in set 1. And there it is.
And it is.
And I think appropriately so, Gabby Kaza ends set 1 with an ace to make the score 25-5 here in set 1.
That was dominating. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there weren't many rallies in there in that first set, which makes it difficult to stay involved and get better in a night like this. So hopefully,
you're right. Yeah.
Coach Feder will be able to get some subs in, and Newcastle will, the jitters will go away, and maybe they'll tighten it up here a little bit so we can get a little bit better rallies and better volleys that I think everyone wants to see, because it's not much fun to watch a bunch of aces.
No, not at all. But then you talked about Newcastle, and who else was in the section?
Yeah, Knox in the section, and Knox won the Whippeal 3 years in a row, 2017, 2018, and 2019 in AAA. Now, they had some very good players that have since graduated, so I don't think they're as strong as they've been historically. But Mars is a very solid team this year. They have a lot of players that play club with a lot of the girls on the North Catholic team. So that's probably, those two teams are probably going to be the toughest. And Blackhawk's a good team as well.
That was just the question I was going to ask you.
In the section. Other teams in AAA that are very good. Moon moved down from 4A, and they're currently ranked number 1 in AAA in the Whippeal. Hampton was the Whippeal and state runner-up last year. They're a very good team in AAA. Oakland Catholic moved down from 4A to 3A. They're a very good team. What's interesting in the Whippeal rankings, as I said, North Catholic was number 1 the first 2 weeks, but dropped to number 3 this week, behind Moon and Hampton, I believe. And TJ is also a very good AAA team. But in the state rankings, voted on by the coaches, North Catholic is number 1 in AAA, even though they've moved up to AAA. And that was preseason, week 1 and week 2. So coaches around the state know about North Catholic, but right now,
locally, what's the problem?
At least in the Whippeal, they're not getting the respect that I'm sure they want. But, it doesn't matter what you're ranked. You got to win it on the court. The girls know that. They'll play anyone, anywhere, and they know they have to beat anyone, whether they're ranked number 1 or not ranked at all. So it's going to come down to the court. It's not going to come down to the rankings. And I think they're up to the challenge. Like I said, they have 9 returnings, all section players. Granted, that was in 2A, but they have that experience. They've been in some tight matches. And they know what it takes to get to the Whippeal Championship and the state championship. So I'm, hopeful if they continue to work. I think Coach Feder thinks if they continue to work hard, focus on one match at a time. Don't worry about the rankings. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Take care of your own business. They should be fine. And Coach Feder, what a program she's built.
Oh my gosh, it's a dynasty almost.
She's been here, I think, 2 more years than these girls, or 5 years total. It's these girls' 4th year, so she was here 1 year before them, and that team also made it to the playoffs. I mean, she is just. And before she got here, North Catholic was not a strong volleyball program. It wasn't like their basketball program, and now she's turning into, the basketball program. Look at the banners on the wall. 2 state championships, 2 Whippeal championships in the last 4 years. It's just amazing what she's done with Coach Palmer and Coach Neely. To build a program here out of something that wasn't really a strong program. So it's just been great to be a part of it. And this team, although it has a lot of seniors, there's some really good juniors and sophomores and freshmen too. So I think it's going to continue for the next few years. So we're getting ready to start set 2 here. It looks like McKenny Martha is going to serve first for North Catholic.
Dug out by Malone, it gets over. Kaza. Fesco with a booming kill.
Ali Fesco picks up right where she left off in set 1 with kill. Looks like Rebecca Fesco's in the game.
A couple Fesco's in there.
Yeah, it looks like Rebecca Fesco's in this game as libero. Alex Sepsic was in that different color shirt last game. It's Rebecca Fesco this game. That's what Coach Feder's been doing, is mixing that around a little bit early in the season just to give everyone a chance and figure out what she's going to want to do later in the season. But they've all been playing very well. Got an ace for Martha, wasn't it?
Yes. Is that Becca's native position almost? That's what she feels most comfortable with?
Yeah, she's a defensive specialist, so that's her. She plays in the back row, and one back row person usually wears that shirt, which means they can sub in and out, and it doesn't count as a sub for the middle blocker.
And Elizabeth was like that too.
That's right. Their older sister Elizabeth played that position and now plays that in college as well.
Another ace from McKenny Martha.
Usually that's the position for the vertically challenged members of the team.
Okay. That's an extremely important position though too. Right behind, that one will get over. Becca Fesco over to Kaza, who nails it. Quick 5 put up here by the Trojanettes.
A nice dump by Sienna Kaza. She saw there an opening over the net and was able to drop it right in there and score the point. Take the Trojans out to an early 5-0 lead here in set 2.
Stephanie Lynch rises and slams it.
Stephanie Lynch just loves playing there in the middle. She loves killing those overpasses like she did right there. Timed it great. Great job by Stephanie Lynch.
And there's another ace from McKenny Martha. Is that 3?
That is 3 aces early here in set 2 for McKenny Martha.
Kept alive here by Newcastle. Oh, and Stephanie Lynch with the jam.
Great block by Stephanie Lynch. Once again, just timed it perfect there. It's much harder than it looks, but to be able to time that and get your hands in the right place, get them angled down so the ball goes down, great job.
Oh, knocked over something on the scores desk.
It's the most excitement we've had yet tonight.
Yes.
It's 4 aces from McKenny Martha here early.
Stephanie Lynch just 2 plays earlier just jammed up Jory Malone, and now you're up with a quick 10 on Newcastle after another ace by McKenny Martha.
Yeah, there's no shut, not like horseshoes, no shutout at 11-0 in this game. You'll have to play it all the way to 25. But out of our 10 points, McKenny Martha has 5 aces. A great start from McKenny this set. And just a great start for North Catholic overall. You know, sometimes it's tough to get up for these games. You never know, you could get lulled into, and get surprised. But they, like you said, the excitement of the bench is good. People are still into it. They have to bring it every night, and they're doing a good job tonight.
But you talked about how Coach Federer gets them ready to play, no matter who they play, no matter what they're ranked. And no matter the competition, they're ready to go every time. And that's something that you don't see in many teams, especially the better ones, that sometimes get a little bit full of themselves.
I think that's right.
They get caught off guard.
And I think that goes to something you said earlier about the senior leadership. I mean, there's, I think nine seniors on this team. I think all of them are all section. They've been playing on this team under Coach Federer for 4 years, and they've seen a lot, and they know that if you don't come ready to play, you might not lose the match, but you might lose a set and get surprised. So they know that you got to bring it every night, all the time.
And that is over by Hawkins. Kaza, Lynch got a little bit of a tap on it, and that's all that was.
So the timing was a little off there between Kaza and Lynch, but it worked out for a point for North. When it's your night, it's your night. So the set was a little off there, the timing was a little off, but somehow it still got over, and it was a point for North Catholic.
Jaffe across, that never got over.
There's Lynch again, the Washington and Lee recruit, just dominating it and owning that front middle of the net, doing a great job.
That one gets down.
Newcastle's best play of the night by
That's their
far.
first kill, right?
A great pass, a great set, and a great kill down the line. Found some space in the back corner to get on the board here in set number 2.
Ali Chaffee here on the serve. Dug out. And Lynch, that's in. Oh, they called that. The line judge called that one out on the side.
I thought it was a little wide. I thought
it was a little wide?
I thought it was a good call by the line judge.
Did you?
I did.
Okay.
Just realized this is the battle of NC versus NC, Newcastle versus North Catholic tonight. You don't get that very often.
That one does not get over for North.
Timing's still a little bit off there. with Kaza and Lynch, but it is only the third match of the year, and Kaza, is not the normal setter. It's usually Sidney Jones, so it's taking some time to get used to that timing, but they'll get there.
Dug out there. Fesco with the light touch. It's perfection. It looks like she could do that in her sleep.
Looks like Aislinn Doherty, the senior, number 26, checking in the back row for Ali Fesco. And also number 14, the junior, Brooke Shulo, checks in the front row there, is right side. Or maybe outside. I think she might be hitting outside this time.
Aislinn serve. Responded quickly to by Olivia Hood. Newcastle responds quickly there as well. Now Shulo, that one was rejected by Hawkins. Shulo again. That one works!
That's Shulo's first kill was it tonight. Nice job swinging through the block there and getting the ball down. Nice job by Brooke there.
Aislinn Doherty.
There's an ace for Doherty. She wants to join the ace party.
Oh, it's an excuse me again response there, as I would call it, by Olivia
16 aces for North Catholic so far tonight in the match. That's a lot of aces.
There's another. Aislinn going back.
Newcastle's just having a lot of trouble for serving these.
Oh yeah.
Receiving these serves that are good serves.
That one is out. Lots of spin on that one.
Do you agree with that call, Alex?
I do. That's a good call. I agree with her on the first one. If that's what you saw too. That was a close call, and the bench gave her a little bit of grief on the side.
They did. The bench in the student section gave the JV player that's the line judge a little grief over that. 16-3 North Catholic here.
That's a good serve. That one's tipped over nicely, but it's going to be Newcastle point.
Called a back row attack there. The setter is in the back row, and she jumped to knock that ball over, so the ref called a back row attack there. It's a pretty tight call in a match that's 16-5, but oh no,
Yeah.
No, I guess not. I guess I had her. I'm not sure what he called, because Newcastle served again.
He put up 7 to the referee. Does that mean anything? If he put up a 7?
Yeah, maybe we touched the net. Yeah, maybe 1-7 touched the net. Someone may have touched the net on North Catholic. Oh, I see Megan Becker also, the junior number 12, checked in as middle blocker, and Aniela Baylog is checking in for
Stephanie
Lynch. Baylog back to serve the junior.
Baylog's serve is a good one. Hawkins. That one will get over, still kept alive. This one's got to go, and it does from Shulo. Hawkins. Kept up the air by Doherty. Baylog, Martha, that one is going to get over, but it's out. Might be wondering what's on the jerseys of Newcastle. Nika High, N-E-C-A-H-I, Newcastle High.
Yeah, those jerseys are famous for their basketball team, which is a perennial powerhouse and wins lots of WPIAL championships. There's an ace for Newcastle. They're getting on the ace train here.
Jayden Hawkins.
Newcastle's not giving up. They're battling here. I mean, they were down 15-1 or 2, and they're battling and hanging in there. The coach has to be happy with that they're not getting frustrated. They're realizing they're playing a great team and just doing the best they can.
Shulo, that one's in.
Oh, what a play. What a play by Brooke Shulo. That's a lot harder than it looks. She saw the open space in the back corner. Great vision by Shulo to find that back corner and get a kill there to the back corner. Great job by Shulo for her second kill of the night. Sienna Kaza back to serve, the sophomore.
Sienna Kaza's serve, it's responded to. Jaffe gets that one out though. That's an ace.
That's an ace, her third ace in the match.
NA is coming up here Mr. Fesco on Monday, 7:30 at NA. That's a big matchup coming up looming in the future. North, that one is another ace.
Another ace by Causa. Yeah, it is a match, a big match. It's a non-section match, but NA is the 4-time defending state champion, ranked number 1 in the state in 4A. Have a number of players committed to play at Division I or Division II.
Another ace for Causa.
5 aces for Causa. A lot of the girls know each other from playing club together, so it's have a little bit of a rivalry. They've played each other in tournaments over the years, and North Catholic's won a few, NA's won a few, but they're always good matches.
Yeah.
So, it's just an opportunity to get better. That's what we want, is hopefully a good competitive match, chance to get better, which will help us in section and playoffs down the road. But hopefully everyone listening can get out there, because it is at NA and they'll have a big crowd there. Heads up.
And that one works. Just over our heads.
That's a GBT for you, Alex, a game ball touch. Congratulations. That might be your first game ball touch of the season.
Yes, it is.
Us parents have nothing to look forward to at volleyball games in the club season, so game ball touches we get excited about. So congrats on your first GBT.
Thank you. Hopefully many more to come. And that one will work for Newcastle. As you said, this is a gutsy set by Newcastle. They have a little bit of fight, just not a lot of good rallies, but it's some fight.
Yeah, the coaches have to be happy. That was good vision there by the outside hitter there to find a spot. 22-8. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. It looks like Jenna Gardner, number 29, the junior, also had checked in for North Catholic in the front row there. Looks like Gabby Cause is checking back in for
Shulo.
Brooke Shulo, and Ali Fesco's back in the front row, number 16, the senior, who just waved to the announcers tonight. That's what happens. You can do that in a game that's 23-8. You can wave to the score at the announcing table. Hopefully she's a little more focused in other games.
And Fesco
She tried to
responded to. Back behind, and that one's in!
Great job by Causa there to do a back set to Jenna Gardner there on her first swing. She puts one down too. So you just see the number of weapons on this North Catholic team. You have Jenna Gardner, who just came in 1 for 1 on kills. You had Brooke Shulo came in, had a couple kills. You have Ali Fesco. You have Ella Kazera, who had 7 kills in the first set, I believe. You have Stephanie Lynch and Katie McNally. I mean, there's so many weapons. Just pick your poison. Who do you want to defend? Because whoever it is, it leaves a lot of other people open.
They're so deep. Fesco with a kill, and that's the kill shot for the set. What a way to end set 2, 25-8. Trojanettes.
Good set 2 for the Trojanettes. Didn't get off the gas pedal. There were a few more rallies that set, which is nice to see. It wasn't all aces, and some ball came back and forth a few times, so we got to do some passing and setting and hitting. Everyone, I think, for North Catholic is doing a great job tonight. And I think Newcastle played that set much better too. I mean, like I said, they're not flustered, they're not giving up, they're doing their best, and they're growing from this. They're playing, like I said, a team that has a 75-2 record over the past 3 years. Probably not expected to win, but if they can watch North Catholic and learn and play competitive against them, it's going to make them better for next week, next month, next season. And they can only hope to get a little bit better tonight by playing someone of the caliber of North Catholic.
Absolutely.
But North Catholic does have a challenging schedule. Like you said, they have North Allegheny Monday, which will be a big match at North Allegheny. Again, if you're listening and you're in the area, please come out and support North Catholic, as the NA fan support for NA will be huge. It's not that far away.
Mars this Thursday.
Mars is on Thursday at Mars, again, not too far away if you can be there. That's going to be a big match as well. Probably 2 teams battling for the top spot in the section. North Catholic later will be playing in the State College tournament out near Penn State. That's always a very competitive tournament. They'll also be playing in the NA tournament late in the season. Again, a very competitive tournament with a lot of 4A teams in it. So, Coach Feder doesn't shy away from tough competition, playing bigger schools to try to get better. So it prepares them for the playoffs. And last year in the section, I don't think they had many close matches, but they did have some in the playoffs against Avonworth, and obviously the state semifinal match against Phillipsburg Osceola when North Catholic dropped the first two sets and came back to win 3-2 to get to the state championship. If they wouldn't have played those out-of-section matches against NA and Seneca Valley and some bigger schools last year, I'm not sure they would have been able to come out on top in those games. So, Coach Fetter schedules difficult on purpose because she knows the section matches like tonight might not be that difficult. And it's all to get them ready for their ultimate goal, which is making a run in the playoffs of the WPIAL and the state.
Absolutely. And you look at, they play that state college tournament, they come back and they play Mars just a couple days later.
Yep.
They're not afraid of a test, as you said, not at all. And they do play Avonworth again this year, October the 5th. That one is away.
I'd encourage people to go to that one too. I don't know if people made it to that game last year or not, but believe it or not, the Avonworth had the band at the game. And not just the pep band, I think it was their entire band with tubas and everything, and it was one of the most intense volleyball games and loudest volleyball games I've ever been to.
They had the band in there?
They had the full band with tubas and horns, and it was so intense and loud, and it was a great environment. North Catholic came out on top, eventually saw Avonworth, who was in their section last year in the WPIAL championship down at Robert Morris, and were fortunate to beat Avonworth in that game, and then on their way to the state championship over Trinity that they swept. So it's just been a great run for these girls, and they want to go out on top. They've experienced success before, and they really want to go out on top of the senior year, ringing the bell, hanging some more banners on the wall here, and add to their 2 state championships and their 2 WPIAL championships, which they already have, which is just amazing to think about, is that in 3 years they already have 2 state championships and 2 WPIAL championships.
That's incredible.
But
as you said, it's really like Coach Fetter's created almost a dynasty here at North. And you look at back some of the other sports that we have here. The girls basketball team, that's another dynasty, but that's been a dynasty for a lot longer as well. But Coach Fetter, in such a short time, I don't know how you could turn around the team into the success they've had much quicker. But the girls basketball team, it's been a gradual process under Coach Rotman, who's not only one of the best coaches in the state, not one of the best coaches in the WPIAL, but she's one of the best coaches in the state all time. And she's over 500 career wins. Got 499 in the WPIAL championship game last year, in which they won against Freedom. And they're going to have another great season again this year. But this girls volleyball team, tremendous success, as you said.
And like you said, in quick success. I mean, it didn't take 5 years of rebuilding. It was in the first year it started, and then after that,
state championship.
And it's been state championships and WPIAL championships and state championships and WPIAL championships. It's just crazy to think about. But I think Coach Fetter, I mean, obviously she's a great coach, as is Coach Palmer and Coach Neely and her assistant coaches. But I think she'd be the first to tell you she's been blessed to have just a number of great girls, great teammates, and great players. She's had a number of players go on to play at college, different levels of college, and she's just been fortunate to have really good players come here to North Catholic. And I think it feeds on itself. If you get a good program, people want to come to North Catholic because they know it's a winning program. So it's almost self-fulfilling and perpetuating. So hopefully it will continue in the future. So here in set 3, it looks like we have Alex Sepsic, Rebecca Fesco, Ali Fesco, Katie McNally, Sienna Kaza, and Brooke Shulo in to start.
With no different colored shirt, no white shirt, does that mean that there is a just no libero at that moment?
Yeah, well, I see on the bench Gabby Kaza has the white shirt on. I'm not quite sure why she's not in right now. Usually the libero's in, but maybe it's just a different subbing rotation. But she eventually will be in with that white shirt on.
Chaffee there, that one is out.
And there she is. So she's coming in for the middle, Katie McNally right there. So Gabby Kaza, the senior, with the libero jersey on, in to serve first for North Catholic. Megan Becker also just checked in, the junior number 12 at middle.
Chaffee gets that one over. Great play there by Sepsic, but it goes a little cattywampus and off the wall. Newcastle get back with great effort.
Newcastle winning 2-1, Alex. Are we concerned? Are we afraid? But again, I give them credit.
Take a picture of this. We need to take a.
They could say they were beating the defending state champs. You're right. Nice pass by Kaza there. Kaza to Kaza.
Fesco, that was a nice play to keep that one alive by Hood. And it comes right back and down.
Did you see that? GBT.
Yeah.
GBT for me, Alex. 1-1. We're tied up right now. But a nice play there by Ali Fesco. It was a great pass from Gabby Causa to Sienna Causa to set Ali on the first one. Newcastle did a nice job digging it, but they overpassed, and Ali Fesco did a nice job putting it down with 2 hands to get the kill.
I want to win the series. Get best out of 3. Get the next GBT. And Newcastle.
That was Agulia with a service error. Newcastle leads again, 3-2.
There's the serve. That one is going to drift out. North Catholic gets it right back.
That was close. Good eye by Ali Fesco to let that one go. Ella Cazares checking in the front row, and McKenny Martha, the senior, checking in to serve in the back row. The score tied 3-3 here early in set 3.
McKenny Martha, who had a great serving streak earlier, back in.
I'll tell you, Newcastle doing a much better job passing this set.
They are. Becker got that one over, still kept alive. Hood gets it over. Kaza. Gazera, that one's kept still alive for the moment, and it will go down.
That was a good up by Newcastle and a good touch on the second ball, but unfortunately they just couldn't get the third one over, so that's another kill for Gazera. My unofficial stats have her as kill number 7 here on the match.
7, wow. McKenny Martha is 5 aces. Is that 6?
That is number 6, Alex.
There it is.
That leads the team. She's tied with Gianna Agulia with 6 to lead the team. And Sienna Causa has 5.
And here we go. Martha again.
Ooh.
Oh, took a little spill there, did Hood. That wasn't Hood, that was another Newcastle player, and North Catholic gets the point. As Hawkins got that one into the net.
The Newcastle player slipped on that, and her shoe came off, but she was trying to play through it there. Good effort.
Nice play there to get that one over. Oh, that's Gazero. From way to the side, got that one over.
Yeah, tough angle there for Kazera there, but she did a really nice job putting the ball in play and getting a nice kill into the donut.
That's a filthy serve by McKenny Martha. That's as crisp as the air outside today. It was a little chilly, wasn't it, today?
It was feeling a little bit like fall today. I have to agree with you. Feeling like football season.
Well, that's another good one. Newcastle gets it over, but it's in.
That looked out to me, but no one's complaining, so it must have been in. We don't have the best vantage point down here. We're at the opposite end of the court. 8-4, North Catholic leads here in set 3.
Martha gets that one. Kaza. Kazera. Chaffee was there for that one. Still kept alive, and it's up on the divider.
Have not seen that I'm not sure I've ever seen that here in this gym, because that divider is up very high and the ball is stuck in the divider.
Nestled right in.
They couldn't have done that if they tried, right? I think I've seen it all now.
And that's not coming down unless you move that divider. That is tucked in. And that's Kazera with a zipper, responded to by Newcastle. Kaza gets that one to go. Sienna Kaza.
Katie McNelly, the junior middle blocker, checks back in, as does Rebecca Fesco, the sophomore, number 1. Back to serve for the Trojans. Leading 9-4.
That serve is a good one. Chaffee behind. It is hit over by Newcastle. Oh, that's down. Or they're at least going to say, is that a, they're going to at least call a carry. Newcastle, I'm telling you, the effort that they've put in after each ball.
That was impressive. That was a nice tip by Kaza,
remarkable.
and that player made a nice job. It was very close to getting her hand under it.
Oh, it's a
She must have just
pancake, right?
missed it. Yep.
And there's a ace for Rebecca Fesco.
It's her first ace of the match to increase the lead to 10-4.
And there's another. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. And I'm not just saying this because you're here. I'm not blowing smoke at all. But anytime that there is a Fesco on the North Catholic Trojanettes, this team is in excellent hands. And no need to even respond to that one because I know what you'll say. But it's just the facts.
I really appreciate it.
Fesco gets another ace.
That's very nice of you to say that. That's all them. I have nothing to do with it, but that's very nice of you to say.
Is it in the genes? Did you play volleyball? There's another one. Oh my goodness.
No comment.
No comment?
I did not play volleyball. Their mother may have played volleyball.
Okay.
But they work very hard, so they deserve it.
Another ace.
Just like that, that's I believe 5 aces for Rebecca Fesco here to increase the lead to 15-4.
Oh, there's another. Padding the stats here at the end.
Seems like it.
16-4.
I think it was just 4-4 or so.
Yes, it
something
was.
Like that, yeah. That's a nice job.
I could have swore it was even 4-2 Newcastle at one point.
May have been. A nice play by Newcastle.
Nice play. Hawkins right into the net. North Catholic gets another point.
That was a great dig by Newcastle and a good swing by Kazera, and it was a nice run down to keep it alive, but just came up a little short on the swing.
Hawkins. And that one works. A little bit of a tip by Kaza and McNally, but it just gets right over their fingertips and down. Great effort by Gianna, though. I think that was there.
Yeah, that was very close.
Try to get underneath that.
It's very hard when it gets tipped like that. You know, you're playing for it to go one place and then it drops up.
Angolia.
There's an ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, Newcastle's not giving up.
No.
They're battling all the way to the end. I like to see it. I like to see the effort.
And that one just goes out. A little bit of antidote here. Hopefully I tell this correctly. But Newcastle, the Hurricanes, they had their football field redone this year, and they were painting over it in the end zone. And they had a contract that was supposed to spell out Hurricanes in the end zone. And one of the school board members thought differently and said, hey, how about we just say Hurricane in the end zone? So it just says Hurricane.
Is that right?
And that one's going to be another North Catholic point. That was an ace.
Sienna Kaza.
As well, and it just says Hurricane in the end zone. But now all the families in Newcastle, it's in the papers when this comes out, and they're all upset. And this school board member, his name is out there, being disparaged in the public. He's a guy that's been around a long time on that school board. And it remains Hurricane in the end zone, even though in the contract it said Hurricanes. A lot of parents are upset, though.
Not sure how I feel about that. Not sure if
S.
it's you know, there's a lot bigger things in life that are much more important to worry about than something like that seems like a little thing. But to some people, that is the biggest thing in their mind right now. I guess the question would be, is there enough room to put in an S if they decide they want to put the S in, or did they space it all the way to the end? They don't have that space. But
there should be enough space. It was in the contract.
Jenna Gardner's checked in for North Catholic, number 29, the junior. See if she can get some swings here before this match ends. Because it's 22-6 now.
Sienna Kaza another ace.
Yeah, I think I may have missed one, but that might be number 7 for her on the match.
Gardner, she had a kill earlier, right?
She did. 1 for 1. I think she only swung once and put it down, so a nice percentage there. Hitting 1,000. Just the hitters haven't had many chances tonight because the ball isn't coming over the net too much.
Another one.
So before we sign off tonight, what's the schedule for the broadcast this year? Do you know for the volleyball, to let our people listening? Is it going to be certain games, or what games, or how are we going to know?
Well, we're still up in the air as to what we're going to do as we space out between our volleyball and what a play!
Sorry to interrupt. We have to stop to talk about that one.
What a play!
That was Katie McNally. She's been looking for a chance, and boy, did she put some heat on that ball. She got a chance and just pounded that ball. I think that's her first swing, and just pounded it right to the back middle for a great kill. Again, McNally hit 483 last year, and she's picking up right where she left off.
That was a windmill there from McNally, and the ace from Kaza is the final nail in the dagger of the Hurricanes tonight as the sirens stop in Newcastle and the Trojans prevail once again. As the Trojans get their first conference win of the year, correct?
That's second section win.
Second section win of the year. As they beat Ambridge just the other day last week. It was a week to the date. And they'll have an opportunity to get another section win this Thursday, the 15th, 7:15 at Mars. And a great test there. And then at North Allegheny. If you're available to go to those contests, that'd be great if you'd be able to attend. 7:30 on Monday, September 19th at NA. And that'll be a great matchup between the Trojanettes and the Tigers.
Just quickly before we sign off, just my quick unofficial stats here on the match. It looks like Ella Kazera led unofficially with 8 kills. Ali Fesco second with 5 kills. Brooke Shulo had 2 kills. Jenna Gardner had a kill. Katie McNally had a kill. Sienna Kaza had 3 kills. Aces, it looks like Sienna Kaza had 8 aces. McKenny Martha had 7. Becca Fesco had 7. Again, unofficial stats, but good all-around performance from North Catholic.
Absolutely.
Moving up to AAA, people thought that their section schedule and matches might be much more difficult, but so far 2 games in, they haven't had much trouble and have won both matches 3-0. But it's going to get tougher with Mars, Knock, and Blackhawk coming up. So they, a good start 2-0, but they got a lot more work to do. But you got to win every night, and a good start to this section so far with 2 quick victories.
So far, they've handled it with class, perfection, and ease. And we'll see if that can continue against Mars and North Allegheny in the next 2 upcoming matchups. Mr. Fesco just mentioned the schedule. That is still up in the air for now as the home games we look towards in the future. Next week, they do play a home game. The day after they play North Allegheny, that's 7:30. Lincoln Park comes to town. And then the following Monday, the 26th, Bishop Canterbury comes, followed by Blackhawk on the 27th. And then Ambridge on the 29th. And then 2 other games that are definitely on the radar to be on our schedule is the 11th of October, Mars comes. That'll be a big matchup. And followed by the following Tuesday, they play Knock here at home. That's another big one. And those are definitely on the radar of our broadcast schedule. We'll release that when the time comes. But until then, with Ryan not being able to make it tonight, as he has a hockey scrimmage tonight, as he was preparing for that, the only person that we could have that could fill that void in the seat tonight is Mr. Mark Fesco, and he was fantastic as always, and we really appreciate having you here. Your insight and analysis is without comparison, unparalleled, and we appreciate it tonight.
Well, thank you, Alex. Thanks for having me. It's been great to be here. You do a great job with all these broadcasts, so thanks for having us, and the girls really appreciate it, so thanks. We also need to thank our cameraman.
Patrick Sharp, a phenomenal producer running on the 1s and 2s up at the top. He's the best in the business, does it out of the kindness of his heart, and we appreciate his efforts tonight, as always. And with that, we leave you with the Trojanettes winning over the Hurricanes 3-0. Have a great rest of your night.
This game and the streaming broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the North Catholic Sports Network audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL is prohibited.